And so 2019, my goal, and I'm sure
This
a lot
is
of other,
it.
yeah, a lot of people's goal is, to get out there, get big. If you're going to do it, you're going to might as well do it big, do it properly. Today, I'm going to ask you all about that. Is that okay?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's Linh Podetti here, and welcome to my channel. And today, I have an amazing guest, Carmichael, all the way from Toronto, Canada. How are you, Evan?
I'm awesome, Lynn. Thank you for the love. Great to be here.
I know, finally we're here. I've always been a biggest fan of you. So I wanted to give the audience a background. I've always been a fan of you on YouTube. I found you on YouTube, used to exercise, and would be watching your top 10 tips for success from all these different successful people. And I was always wondering how you got this word believe, and it really did catch my attention. And I even attempted to come up with some words myself, and it didn't make sense. And I was so proud when you launched your one-word book, and I was so excited. I read it, and I've been telling everybody about it. So that's the background. This is the biggest thing that transformed my life. And so today...
And what's your one word? What's your one word?
My one word is love. So after I got my... So it was so much easier to do business. And so I always give people this, whether they're starting a business or they're already in their business. I'm like, I don't think you know who you are. You need to read your one word. So I technically do that. So anyway, today's episode, I'm not going to talk too much about your one word because I know you have a lot of content there. And you did ask me to ask you the things that I truly care about, or I know that my audience might care about. So today I would like to actually ask you about your journey on YouTube, because I myself has dabbled into it this year, and I realized the power of it. I was like, hang on a minute. This is not just YouTube or social media. It's like your own TV platform. This is a chance for you to shine as whoever you are and building your personal brand. And so 2019, my goal, and I'm sure a lot of people's goal is, to get out there, get big. If you're going to do it, you're going to might as well do it big, do it properly. Today, I'm going to ask you all about that. Is that okay? Let's do it. I'm ready. Okay. All right. So the first question is, what made you decide on YouTube back in those days? Like, what was that turning point?
So it wasn't super strategic at the time. I love dabbling in things and doing lots of small tests. And most of the small tests never go anywhere, but occasionally some hit, and then that becomes the next big thing. So with YouTube, I had a business. I had sold my company, and so I started a new business helping entrepreneurs. And I got asked a bunch of questions, and it was humbling to think that somebody from around the world, wanted my opinion on their situation. Yeah. And so I would spend 30, 40 minutes responding to emails. But then I figured, wow, that's a long time typing. And I'm much more of a visual person than writing. And so I thought, why don't I just make a video for this person? It'll help them. I'll put it up on YouTube, and then hopefully it can inspire somebody else who has the same problem. And if 5 other people get helped by it, great. I never went in thinking I'm going to have 1.6 million subscribers on my channel or any of that stuff. It was just helping entrepreneurs one-on-one. And then also, I love the idea of modeling success. I saved my business because Bill Gates' strategy. So I've never met Bill Gates, but he saved my company. And so I wanted to share those lessons of successful entrepreneurs in a visual way, because that's how I learn best. And so that's still what I do. I've had my channel for 10 years. That's still what I do. I share my own stories and give my own advice. And then I also share content from successful entrepreneurs to hopefully help inspire people. So that was the starting point. I started taking it more seriously when I started to see some results. So I hate spending money till I'm making money. So I do everything myself at the beginning to test. So the first videos were all me. My crappy camera, it was shaking, and I did the editing, and I already had a team on my other side of my business, but I'm doing this as a test for me. And then as I started getting some results, the first person I hired was a part-time editor, because editing was the thing that I hated the most in my process, and I never wanted to get world-class at. It was my ambition to be a world-class editor. If that's, you guys watching, great. But it wasn't for me. And so I said, I'm going to hire an editor. And that allowed me to really up my quantity of videos. And then I went to a video a day, and then I went to 2 a day, and then I went to 3 a day. And that's where we're at now. And, I've got 24 people on my team. A good chunk of them work on the YouTube side of things. And it became this evolution. What I love doing is testing things on a small scale, tinkering. I'm constantly trying a whole bunch of different things until I get a taste for something. I say, this thing like could be the next thing.
Yep.
And if I think that that's the opportunity, then I push all in. Like I go crazy because that window of opportunity will close. And too often it closes on people before they even make any kind of headway. So I'm pushing as hard as I can for as long as that window's open.
Yep.
And then I'll go to the next thing.
Yeah, it's good that I see that you're still evolving. You're still like trying to find the next best way to produce video. So if you could take me back to that first year, like what was the challenges? Like why do you think you were struggling? And then what made it, take off when you feel like it finally took off?
The struggle was, what was the struggle in the first year? I don't think I had the typical struggles because I wasn't expecting this to blow up.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
I didn't take it seriously. I took it seriously only in that, like, if you asked me a question and you emailed me something, I would make a video for you to say, hey, Lynn, here's what I would do, and talk for 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes about that thing.
Yep.
It was just a community service thing more than, why is my video not taking off? How come my video doesn't have any comments? Well, I wasn't trying to get subscribers. It was just something to do for people who are writing into me.
Yeah. How about when you actually took it serious and and you saw, that challenging bit first, when you put your mind that, okay, I actually want to take it somewhere, I
think when I started taking it seriously, it was one, I'm embarrassed by watching myself on camera.
Yeah.
Like it took me 350 videos before I wasn't completely embarrassed.
Yeah.
And 700 something until I inspired myself, where I watched it back and I'm like, like that's, I'm getting pretty good at this now. Yep. 700 videos, or most people will quit after 1, 2, 8. So expect to suck at the beginning. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Like just like anything else that you've ever tried ever, you suck the first time through and you slowly get better. Yep. So I struggled with watching myself on camera. Mm-hmm. I struggled with figuring out the tasks that I should and should not be doing, especially in the editing side. I didn't want to hire an editor before I started making enough money to hire an editor. Mm-hmm. And so I did the editing myself, which I didn't like doing.
Yeah.
But it got me to the point where I could hire the editor, so then I could now do more of what I like doing.
Yep.
And then slowly releasing some of those other functions like research and a bunch of other stuff for the channel.
Yep.
But in the first, since I took it from when I started taking seriously, in the first year is probably those two things, like struggling to do the editing when I could have hired somebody, I guess, if I used money that I had, but my own philosophy of, I hate spending money until I'm making money. I wanted to figure it out myself. So being frustrated with having to do the editing and then not liking the product, not liking what I saw me delivering on camera and being embarrassed by what I made.
Yep. What were the change in your strategy that started to get a lot more views? Like originally you were doing videos of yourself answering things, and then you're still innovating, and then you obviously innovated to something. What was that successful type of video that took you off to another level?
So it really started to grow when I made it consistently daily. When I went from once a week or once every 2 weeks to every day.
Yep.
That was thanks to me hiring an editor. He could do a better job than I did, but more importantly than just doing a better editing job was it could ramp up my production quantity so I could go and do a lot more.
Yep.
So for thought leadership stuff, the editing is not as big a deal. They're not coming to watch. If you're doing your channel, they're coming to hear what you have to say on something.
Yep.
If you're a thought leader, you train people to think like you think. I want to think like Lynn. The way Lynn sees that, she walks into this office and she sees it differently than most people. That's what I want to learn. So the editing is not as important for someone like you. If it's all about the visuals and the fancy and you're making a movie, then yes, the visuals and the editing is super important. So it was much more on me. It's going to be much more on you to deliver a quality product than I know you already have great editors. I've seen your stuff. So not worrying so much about the editing and like me getting better so that I could do one a day. And I think the quantity leads to the quality. Like the more you do, the better you get at it. Right?
Yeah.
Like you've done your Facebook lives, you've done this, like you've had some background, and the more you do, the better you will get.
Yeah, definitely.
And most people just aren't putting in the quantity to get good at it.
Yes,
And
yes.
the challenge is, you know what good looks like. You could look at somebody else's videos and say, wow, I love how Oprah asks those questions and she's so great and fluid and
Yes.
emotional. And then you try to do it and you suck.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But with practice, you'll get better. Like, you can't
Yeah.
compare yourself now to Oprah where she's at now, right?
Exactly.
You're ignoring like the decades of experience.
Yeah.
But the way to get there faster is more practice.
Yeah, I
So
totally get you. Because I'm doing it more, I'm loving it more, and I'm enjoying it more. Did you put a lot more time in? So at the beginning, did you use strategies when you're creating content? And then, like, I found that when I started, I didn't really thought about things too much and just did it. And I realize now the importance of strategy. So is that something that you always include in your process?
for me, strategy comes after. So I think you lead with your heart and then you use your head to figure out how to make it great. So I love testing everything. Like, if I get an idea, I want to test it.
Okay.
The whole idea of like the top 10 series, for example, that I made that people know my channel for, started, the first one I did on Kanye West, because a buddy of mine did a post against Kanye West around the whole Taylor Swift taking this,
Yes.
you know, and he posted a blog post on his channel, on his website, like 8 or 7 years after it happened. And like, oh, why are we still trashing Kanye? And I think you can learn from him. Like, I think people only look at the negative side of people and not the positives. So Kanye might say a lot of things that gets him in trouble that you may not agree with, but there's a lot you can learn from him if you chose to. And so I thought, I want to make a video just as a tribute to Kanye of the top 10, not stupidest things he's ever done, but his greatest moments that you can learn from it.
Yeah.
Just as a result of like being upset at my friend for posting that content.
Yes.
Well, what's the strategy? There is none. Like, I want to make this video, so I'm making this video. We're doing it. And then that turned into a lot of response. Like, wow, this is a really cool idea. Like, how about you make this a series? It's like, okay, I probably could make that a series, right? Maybe one a week. 52 people a year, I could probably find enough to do that. And then it started to take off. And then it said, how about twice a week? Like, we could do Saturday and Sunday. So then that's 100 a year. I could probably do that.
Yeah.
And then we started getting thousands of requests. We had 2,500 requests for different people. Like, maybe I should make this like a every 5 days a week kind of thing. And the thing is, you never know when something's going to take off. Like, I never expected that top 10 to be the thing.
Yep.
I was pleasantly surprised, but I'm constantly running different tests. So even recently we did a Shania Twain dance challenge.
Yeah. I was in one of them, right?
You were in it.
Yeah.
And so what I did was, on Instagram, I did a morning rant where I said, guys, like, this is a great song. Shania Twain, no one needs to know. And then a bunch of people wrote to me, it's like, I've never heard that song. And I got upset. Like, how come nobody's heard of this? How have you not heard of this song before? So then I DM'd everybody to say, hey, can you make a dancing video? Anyway, and you did it. A bunch of people did it.
Yeah.
And now we're turning that into a YouTube video to put up on the channel. And who knows, like, maybe that takes off and people say, wow, that's cool. Do another dance challenge. Or maybe it's the worst thing of all time and becomes a terrible video. Like, I don't know. You don't know. And so you lead with your heart. You lead with the thing, because everything could win. Everything can win.
Yep.
It'll win if you feel connected to it and you want to keep doing it.
Yep.
And if you do, then you use your head to figure out the strategy to make it better.
Yeah.
So the top 10 since Kanye West has evolved a lot. There's been a lot of strategy that's been put into the series. And if you go back and watch Kanye versus what you see now, there's been hundreds of mini evolutions that we've done to the series.
Yeah.
And that's all strategy. But it led with something that I just felt personally committed to and attached to, and then we took it from there.
Yeah.
So I think you lead with the heart, and then you use your strategy to figure out the how.
That's really, really good. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's talk about the good things and the benefits that came out of you launching your YouTube. Like, can you share with the audience, like, maybe like any people that you met because of YouTube, or deals that you got, or businesses that you came across because of YouTube?
Well, everything that I do now, everything that I get in my business is mostly through YouTube. It's through my social media stuff. So all my speaking deals, my book deals, the partnerships that I've formed, the connections that I've made. We had Tony Robbins on my channel not that long ago talking about his book.
I saw that.
Even today, I did a bunch of interviews. It's been all day interviews for me. We had the guy who owns the most successful steakhouse in New York on my channel. I had Tony Robbins' business partner on my channel. I had Dean Graziosi on my channel. All these connections that you get to meet amazing people doing great things because you've built up a reputation and credibility in the industry.
Gotcha.
And so it's opened up everything. Like we're talking here, you're
Yeah.
across the planet from me, and
Yes.
it's great to have this conversation. And
Yes.
this is what I live for. This is what I love doing.
Yeah.
And it's all because of the YouTube channel.
Yeah. Well, most of the successes came from you reaching out, or like, or some parts of it where they're reaching out to you. So like, let's say the book deal or the other things that you mentioned.
Most of it comes to me, but that's, I think, more of a personality thing.
Yep.
I am more of a marketer than a salesperson. So I'm not the guy who's going to be knocking on doors and calling people and saying, hey, like, can we do a deal? And will you sponsor my channel and all this stuff?
Yep.
That's not my strength. And so I lean in on my strength is more marketing. So I'd rather my strategy is create content that is so good that brings people in, that kicks up a lot of noise in your industry, and then people will come to you and they'll want to do deals with you. And so in the general population, most people don't know me, but in the entrepreneur world, you've probably seen one or multiple of my videos. So I get known within a community, and then whoever cares about the community wants to do deals with me.
Yeah.
I end up saying no to most deals because I like to actually use the product or service that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So if I'm not a user, if I can't get behind it, if I'm not using it in my business, I don't talk about it on my channel.
Yep.
It'd be a lot easier to make a lot more money if I didn't care and just took anybody.
Yeah.
And that's not right or wrong. It's just a personal values thing for me.
Yep.
But I get deals every day from people saying, hey, can we work a deal with you?
Yeah.
We want exposure on the YouTube channel. How do we make that work?
Yeah, I can imagine now you've got a problem of how do I say no nicely? Because you've got so many opportunities coming in now. Like, what is your criteria for, like, does it have to go in line with your one word or something that you use as a criteria? But yeah, how do you?
Well, anybody who, I think with the one word, because it's so in your face, like because my content is so about believe, it becomes a magnet, and it also becomes a deterrent. Like the people who don't like it, they don't reach out to me.
Okay.
Because they don't like it.
Yeah.
People who love it, they'll work harder to reach out to me because, man, this is what we want to be a part of. And so I think that's the point of your one word, is you want to be a magnet for the people who love what you do, and the people who don't like it, you don't want to be around them anyway. Let them go find something else. It's not that they suck. It's just let them go do something else where they're going to be happy too. And so leading with that through all my content attracts the more right kind of people. It just doesn't always make sense that I will have the time to do it. Like right now, I'm about to do, like, we just launched my new book today. I'm doing
Is this your third book? Because I've got your two books.
Yeah, third book. 254 Confidence.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Helping you build confidence every day.
Yep. I've got your email series too. So are you spending most of your time now on like content producing, video marketing and social media, or do you still run a business on the side?
So I do different things on different days. Monday is my mentoring day. So I have 24 people on my team, and I spend the day basically mentoring, helping them, because they bring more to the business than I do at this point. As an individual, I bring the most, but collectively they destroy me. Yeah. And so the more that they grow and learn and improve, then the faster everything I do grows.
Yep.
So I spend Monday doing that.
Yep.
Tuesday, I'm spending doing YouTube videos, where I spend half the day recording videos for the channel, maybe 3/4 of the day recording videos, depending on what I'm doing. And then the last part, strategy, thinking about the next growth, new ideas, where I'm going. I'm always running split tests. How is this new thumbnail doing? How this title? What new series do we launch? More the thinking about the YouTube channel. Wednesday's my project day. So whatever I want to work on at the time. So right now is launching the book and launching the tour. Thursday's public facing day. So I'm doing interviews, hangouts, meetings, podcasts, and 25-minute increments the entire day. And then Friday is my CEO day, where I'm working on bigger projects to help grow the business.
Yeah. Now that's so helpful, because I'm starting to feel like, I guess I want to do all these things, but I'm feeling a bit of overwhelm. And so it's good to have this structure. So I'm going to watch this video back and then note down the days that I should focus.
Here's the thing. If you're interested in something, you need to find a way to put it into your calendar. So I launched my Instagram live morning show every morning at 9 a.m. Toronto time. And I do it with a local entrepreneur, and I help them with something to grow their business. That show takes me all in like 2 hours out of my day, Monday to Friday. I didn't have that time magically sitting around, relaxing. And now I'm going to, right? And that impacts other people. That impacts people on my team. I'm not spending as much time with them. I'm not working on my other stuff. Like that takes away time every day. Yeah. But it was important for me to do. So when you make a decision, like if your decision is 2019, I'm making a decision. YouTube is a priority for me. That either I'm going to spend all of Tuesday recording videos and focusing on my channel every single week, or I'm going to spend 2 hours every morning focused on my YouTube channel. And then you have to sort out the rest. I mean, something else is going to go. Something's got to go, right? You're going to spend less time somewhere else. And that has to happen because if you've made a decision that this is our priority, it means that these other things are not as important anymore.
Yeah, definitely. And I know I'm ready because I just feel that inner drive, like that's it. You know? So it's good that I dabbled in it and knowing how much it's a waste of time if I'm just dabbling. So yeah, that's really good. Okay, so I know we have to wrap up soon. So I'm going to ask you just 2 more questions. My next question is, if you had to do it all again, imagine that you're like me and you're about to launch out 2019. What would you do differently? How would you do it faster to get faster results? Or I guess do it more efficient, or even the fact that you didn't hire people earlier because you wanted to blah blah. I have the luxury of having people, so yeah, I guess advice around that.
So number one, I would say if I was starting from scratch, I would actually pick Instagram first and then YouTube. Instagram is a faster way to grow. YouTube is a sustainable way to grow. YouTube videos that you record now in 5 years will still be getting views. Instagram videos that you record now are gone in 2 days, right? Like nobody's going back a week, let alone 5 years. But the content on YouTube is slower and harder to win, but you win forever, you know, as long as YouTube is around. Where Instagram, you can win super quick. So I would actually focus on Instagram first, build up a platform there, start making money there, and then transition into YouTube. I'm going the other way. I'm going hardcore from YouTube into Instagram, and it's so much easier. Like Instagram is ridiculously easy compared to YouTube. So that's 1. 2, the thing that I did when I started taking it seriously on YouTube is the same thing I would do now, which is practicing. So one of my assignments with my agent when I got started was to make a foundation story video. If you wanted to take YouTube seriously, if you're doing it once a day versus 3 times a day, it'll really impact how well you grow. Or if you do once a week, like if you tried to learn English as a language and you're only practicing once a week, like you're never going to really get great at it. It's just not going to happen. And so even if you have the best tactics and the best teacher and like, you're going to have such slow growth, where if you're practicing it every day as much as possible, you're going to start crushing it. So that's what I did on YouTube, and it's what I would do again.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I have a million questions to ask you, and you've got millions of advice to give me, so we can't fit it all in today. I guess if I had to ask you the last question, I'm torn between, maybe I'll give me 2. I'm torn between.
Okay, 2. Let's do 2. We'll go.
My last 2 questions.
We'll do 2.
One is, what does success truly mean to you? And the other one is, what's 2019 for Evan? Like, you know, mine is personal branding and social media. What's Evan? So those are my 2 questions.
So for me, success is just feeling like I can do whatever I want. I have the freedom to do whatever I want. And, you know, I haven't made a decision based out of money since I sold my business when I was 22, and I'm 38 now. Not because I'm like obscenely rich, but for my life, it's great. I don't live a crazy extravagant life buying jets and private islands and all that kind of stuff. And so I get to do whatever I want. Like I could be here talking to you instead of having to be on the phone with a client. I'd rather talk to you than an angry client, you know? So that is success to me, being able to, as soon as I get an idea, go off and chase it. Like I want to do my Instagram live morning show 5 times a week. It may not make sense logically right now for me, but I get to do it because I can. You want to do your YouTube channel 2019, it may not make sense right now with your business, but you get to do it because you can. And to me, that ability to do what you want is success. 2019, I very rarely plan too far ahead. I'm a mission guy where I'm doing this thing, trying to solve the world's biggest problem. I'm never going to do it, but I wake up every day and try to take a spoon out of the ocean. That's what I do. So I'm only a forever guy, and what I'm doing right now. The biggest plan that I've had is now. Like I think if you have a 5-year plan for yourself, you're thinking small. You don't know what you're capable of doing in 5 years. Even 2019, like the thing that you know from now, where you're going to be by the end of 2019, you're thinking small. You have no idea what you're capable of in that year. If you're really hitting it hard, because you can only imagine a world that currently exists right now, where you're going to now be building a new world. And so I don't really think long term beyond like forever. Like my mission and how I get it will change.
Yep.
So like 5 months, that's a lot of planning for me. That's crazy town. So I very rarely think out that far because I want the freedom to be able to then switch on a dime and say, I'm going to do an Instagram live morning show. And that's actually the right thing for me. And that blows up my brand to the next level.
So interesting. I love it. It's so like different to the answers that I normally get out there. So thank you so much, Evan. I really, really enjoyed our interview today. And yeah, look forward to seeing you in Australia one day. And I'm definitely going to Canada next year. So I'm hoping to see you in Canada. So thanks again. And thanks everyone for watching our episode today. Bye.
Thanks, Lynn.